Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you guys. I'm Nisi Black. I am here with eight, day eight of the Love Yourself to Life series, and it has been going so well. Thank you so much for the inboxes, letting me know that the information I'm sharing is helping. Right? I don't want to do anything that's not making a difference, that's not making an impact, that's not helping somebody love themselves, do better in their lives, and feel better. Not just do better, but feel better about themselves and others. That's what it's about. So today is Thursday, February the 8th. That means it's day 8 of the Love Yourself to Life series. And this is what I want to talk about: forgiveness. My goodness, these glasses, they have a little bit of a purple tint to them. And I got a little hazy in my eyes. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Jerry. Thanks for joining me, darling. So, and I've got an eyelash in my eye, I think. Whatever, I'll push through it. So, hey, day 8 is all about forgiveness, and not just forgiving other people for their shortcomings or their missteps or their blatant transgression against you. It's about forgiving yourself too. And sometimes that can be the hardest thing, because we hold on to everything that we go through. We internalize it, we feel it, we know it, we live it. And there are subtle things that come up throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month that reminds us of our shortcomings. So we have a tendency, or I have a tendency, to repeat and regurgitate the same pain, the same hurt, the same shame, the same guilt over and over and over. There's nothing worse than having a Groundhog Day on an unforgiving moment, whether it's somebody else or whether it's ourselves. So what I want to encourage you today is to allow yourself the forgiveness in your heart. Now, I understand forgiveness ain't easy. And it's not instant in most cases. It takes intentionally deciding that I'm going to free myself from this pain. I'm going to free myself from this hurt. I'm going to allow other people to make mistakes, and I will forgive them. Sometimes their transgression is so egregious that you hold on to it and you don't want to let it go, because you want them to suffer. You want them to suffer. You want them to feel the hurt. You want them to feel the pain. You want them to feel everything that you're going through. And sometimes it's not realistic. It really isn't, because most times, if people don't really understand how they have hurt you, and they really don't, or they really don't care, then what's going to happen is they will chalk it up to experience, chalk it up to whatever, and they'll go on with their lives. And you're still sitting there all tight and hurting and paining and crying. And then you go tell somebody else about it. And then y'all are sitting there having a pity party and a sympathy contest, and because they will share what they've been hurt and wronged about. And then y'all will sit there over a cup of coffee and regurgitate the painful details of that moment that happened in your life. So healing doesn't take place. Forgiveness doesn't take place. So what I want to challenge you and encourage you to do, one of the best ways to love yourself to life, to love yourself back to life, is to give the gift of forgiveness. And not just in words. No, because I can say I forgive you all day long. But if there has not been a transformation in my heart and in my mind, and if that forgiveness was not sincere, then I will hold on to pieces of that. And you know what will happen? What will happen is the next person that comes along that does something even slightly, remotely, possibly similar to what somebody else has done, you will hold their relationship hostage and continue to beat other people up based on what your experience has been. So, freedom, cleansing, if you got to cry it out, If you got to talk it out with a counselor, there is no shame in going to somebody and say, I need some help. So don't let all the hype and you big and bad and boss fool you into thinking that it's something you can do on your own. If it's that hurtful, if the pain is that deep, be realistic and be true to yourself and get some help to talk it out. I'm a crier. I don't do a lot of crying in public unless it's really painful. And I have done some of that. But cleansing for me comes through crying and through praying and through crying my heart out to God, because sometimes he's the only one that can answer my questions. He's the only one that can give me the peace that I need. And I am not too ashamed to say, God, I want them to suffer. I want them to hurt. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't know why this happened to me. I'm supposed to be better than this. I thought you loved me. I will go into that whole spiel in my private place with the Lord, that it happens. And sometimes I can get up and come right out of that private space and say, okay, I'll forgive and I'm good. And I'm really not. So I've got to be intentional about every moment, every opportunity, every situation that reminds me of that hurtful place. I've got to be realistic and say, okay, I'm going to work through this. Yeah, I will feel that instant, that little moment of, ooh, I'm still a little angry. Ooh, I'm still a little hurt. Ooh, I'm feeling that little twinge. You know how you get that? Do you ever get that feeling in your gut where it's not quite over for you yet? It's not quite healed there yet. So it's like it's got the Band-Aid on it. But if something comes along and kind of peels that Band-Aid off, you can see it and you can feel it. It happens. It happens, people. Because we are human, it happens. And we have to allow ourselves grace in dealing with it. We don't have to carry it. And the more intentional we are with forgiving and moving on and letting it go, and then forgiving ourselves, forgiving others and forgiving ourselves, and being intentional about letting it go, the more scab will grow over it, and then eventually the scab will fall off, and all you will see is an outline of a sore that used to create so much pain and anxiety and hurt in your life. Now it's just oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Oh yeah. Oh, it didn't feel good, but I got through that. And I know if I can get through that, then I can get through the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But it starts somewhere with your intentional resolve to forgive, genuinely forgive, not fake forgiveness, not I'm going to forgive you, but I'm going to hold it over your head for the rest of your life kind of forgiveness, because that's not forgiveness. That is, I'm on my high horse and I'm going to hold something against you forever because it makes me feel better. To hold, that's not forgiveness. That's not forgiveness. It ain't. So I challenge you today to think about who in your life you have aught against in your heart. What in your life didn't quite go right and you're still holding it against you? What deep, dark place in your heart are you too afraid to forgive and release and let go? Search yourself, search your heart, pray, ask for guidance, and ask the Lord to help you, to see you, so that you can begin to heal, begin to cleanse, and begin to free yourself from those unforgiving places. Okay? I love you guys. Get with me 7 a.m. in the morning for day 9 of Love Yourself to Life. And let me know. I still want to know how this series is making a difference for you and making a difference in your life. Okay? Have a beautiful Thursday. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you a little bit later.